Autocrafting. So you know when you're late to a party, and I don't mean where your Uber didn't turn up for 20 minutes and took 2 wrong turns to get there late. I mean you arrive, the buffet's all gone, and most of your mates have already left to go on to a club. That late. That's how late I am to the autocrafting party. And no, I don't know why I put it on an end rod, I just thought it looked nice. Autocrafting's been around for ages now, and as I record this, I've really only just put the block down. I know it's embarrassing. So I thought it'd be fun that we could sort out how to do this autocrafting lark together. And by the end of this video, you're going to know how to use one of these crafters to make some stuff. I don't know what stuff you want. Stuff, you know, stuff. And the first thing you need to know, that it's not called an autocrafter. You type in auto, you don't get anything. That confused me for a while. If you type in crafter, that is where you get it, because it's called a crafter. But obviously in survival, you are going to need to make one of these. So you're going to need to get like an iron hat type of outfit there, a crafting table in the middle, 2 redstone dots on either side, and a dropper, not a dispenser, that gives you the crafter like that. And your crafter has an orientation. You see this little red grid on the top? That's the top of its head. This little face here, you saw it looks like a mouth, doesn't it, with 2 little eyes? That's the front. There's his ears, so you can tell it's the ears because they're the sides, and then that's his bum. Except, unlike an observer, it's not a redstone bum. There are no redstone farts here. And if you right-click on your crafter, you'll get this little grid with a weird kind of dot matrix arrow thing going on. This is your crafting grid. It looks just like a crafting table, doesn't it? Except in this one, you can turn these things on and off. That means things won't fill up into those areas. So if you want to craft something, I don't know, that's that shape, like a pickaxe or something, you don't let these get filled up because it will ruin the crafting recipe. You can manually place things into these slots now, just like you would a normal crafting recipe, but it's just like a crafting table, except now I can't actually take that iron helmet out. I can't grab it. I've got to activate it. So as a crafting table, it's rubbish. But what is different about this in a crafting table is if I go back in there and then come out again and then go back in there, the things stay in there, just like a chest. And this is obviously where the big difference is. Now, if I want it to make this helmet, I need to put a button on the side of it or give it a redstone signal. If I hit that button and it spits it out, and did you see how its little mouth opened up when I did that? I'm going to put more in and I'll show you that again. So those iron go in there. Watch how this little mouth physically opens up and spits the thing out. It's, I guess, vaguely disgusting. It's literally just coughed up a helmet. Now, if I put a barrel or a chest or any other container in front of that mouth area just like that, I've got my recipe there, and I press that button, nothing spit out, but it's gone straight into the barrel already. Now this is huge. We don't need a hopper or anything like that to put that into the barrel. So just like a dispenser, it's pushing it into the barrel for us. That saves us loads of space if we're going to make farms or redstone contraptions out of it. Now obviously if you had to put stuff in manually, that would also be rubbish. And Mojang knew that, so you can feed stuff into it. However, you do need to feed it in with a hopper. So if I put these iron ingots in there, it's completely empty at the minute. If I put the iron ingots into that barrel, it slowly fills itself up. It goes from slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, but it can't get in there because it's blocked, slot 6, and then if it had more, it'd try slot 7, 8 and 9, but it wouldn't be able to. Again, it's given the same recipe, and I can hit that button and it coughs up another helmet. What I also love is it likes to fill up differentially. So in this here, I've got odd slots, 32, 16, 5, 8 and 1 in there. If I pop that in there like that, you'll notice that it is filling up the slots that have got the least in first before it fills up the other ones. That's amazing because eventually you're going to equal out all those slots and you're not going to end up with losing one slot with nothing in it if you're doing multiple crafts very, very quickly. That's really clever. What's also potentially useful is you can redstone lock these things. If I put a redstone torch in there, watch the corner and listen very carefully. It's a tiny little noise that sounded a little bit like a Minecraft parrot, but that is now redstone locked. You can tell because that dot matrix arrow has turned red. If I take that out there, it's black, and if I pop it in there, it is red again. And what happens if I put those in there, they're not flowing inside, but if I take away the torch, they flow back in and I can make my crafting recipe again. Now, obviously that's got all kinds of implications for redstone farms and being able to control what goes in and out and when it goes in and out of the crafter. I've changed the layout to show you how recipes with different items can also be used. I've locked the crafter with that for now, and I'm going to pop in 1, 2, 3 bits of iron and then 2 sticks into that hopper. You'll notice I put the iron in first and the sticks in second. That's really important because remember, it's going to fill up 1, 2, 3 first, and then 5 and then 7, and it can't get into either of those. So when I unlock it and take that lever off, that flows inside and it populates that crafting recipe. If I then just hit the button, that pops me out a pickaxe made out of sticks and iron. And if you're clever at redstone, you could make a timing mechanism that puts things into this crafter in the right order. Or if you're lazy, like me, you can pre-populate a couple of barrels or chests feeding into this, and you notice you can feed it in from multiple sides at the same time. And inside, I've pre-populated my recipe, so I've got my books and my planks. If I unlock this now, what that'll do is that'll fill these up already. Because they're already taken up by those blocks, they'll just keep filling and filling through the hoppers like that. And then when I press my button, that'll pop me out a bookshelf, but it won't use up these bits and pieces. And as long as I don't run out of books or planks, I'm always going to be able to make that when I push the button. Just like this, look, every time that button pops up, I can pop out another one and another one and another one. And you could put a clock to make that function much, much faster as well. But as soon as that recipe inside messes up, it's over. And you can also use these to make multi-stage crafts. For example, if you want to turn these gold nuggets into gold ingots and then into gold blocks all in one go. Now to do this isn't super intuitive, I've got to be honest. If I place another one so the face is facing outwards, you can see that is also locked by this lever. So that lever's going to hard power that and then lock everything that's around it. It's also locking in that hopper as well. So if I want these to craft gold ingots and then those gold ingots go into here and craft gold blocks, I can't just unlock that, because that's not going to flow anything in there because that's not crafted that gold ingot yet. That's going to flow in there quite nicely. If I press this button, it's going to power this and power this at the same time, and that nugget is going to pass straight through it like a hot curry, and we'll end up never crafting anything. So you got to get a bit more clever, and by clever I mean stick it in a barrel once it's crafted, have a hopper suck it out of that barrel, put it into another crafter that puts it into another barrel. And you could do that manually or you could do it automatically. I'll show you manually first. So all of my gold nuggets are in there. That's currently locked, so I flick that off and that will fill up that with gold nuggets. Once it gets full, you get that gold ingot. Press the button, that will link that, and the gold ingot goes through into there, through there, and into there. We've got one of those in that crafter waiting to do something with. We've now got those in there. Press the button, that's going to pop it through. We've got another load. Press the button, that's going to pop it through. And the thing is, you've got to make sure that you've got your full crafting recipe here or it won't work. Also, if you don't have this full of gold ingots, then that's not going to work either. And if you do it when there's only 2 of them, then that's going to be really a pain because you'll end up crafting yourself a pressure plate. To be honest, it would be a lot less hassle just to craft it yourself. So let's automate it. I'm getting the hang of this. And we can automate it by taking advantage of the fact that these give off a redstone signal. In fact, they give off 1 redstone signal for each one of these squares that is filled, whether it is filled with a click that we're disabling it or filled with something in it. Now, it doesn't matter how many things are in it. If it's got something in it, it gives off a redstone signal of 1, so a maximum of 9. So if I place a comparator there, that's going to suck the signal out, and that's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And if I then put a repeater into that, once I've got completely full, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you can see we've got signal almost to the end, and then 9 means that that gives a signal into that repeater. Let's just undo all of those because we're going to fill those in with blocks and not with clicks. I've put the same setup on the bottom one as well, so when that is completely full, I'll get rid of that just so it doesn't complicate things. When that is completely full, that is going to release its burden. So if I unlock this, we can wait until that fills up, and when it fills up, that is going to give a click. Now it's given a click and then it emptied it again, so we can just watch it. It's crafting these gold ingots beautifully all the way through there, and that's filling that up. When we get to 9, that is going to craft me a complete gold block, and we can then see the signal slowly creeping around this circuit. It's down to there. We've got 2 left to do, 1 left to do. When that goes, that is going to pop us in there, bang, and we've got a gold block in our barrel. And that'll keep going until I run out of ingredients right at the very beginning. Obviously, you could adapt this for all kinds of different recipes and automate all kinds of crafting. The possibilities are literally endless with this, and it'll be something that we investigate in a future video, I reckon. I can see me getting some farms using this stuff. I reckon if I was a Minecraft block, I would be a crafter. It's probably my new favourite. Let me know in the comments if you want me to play around with these a little bit more and perhaps design a few farms with them. I think there's some great opportunities here. But in the meantime, I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.